Hey guys. Well, we are back again today. We're going to be doing some more pruning. We're going to start with these Chinese elm cuttings. They're getting quite large, actually. When I first got these cuttings was about 3 years ago. So I was at Nigel's house there in the bonsai zone, and so he had a couple of other small trees, I think, that he gave me, and then he had these cuttings, and they were probably about the size, probably of this little branch that's coming out right here. They were no bigger than just that little branch there. So he offered them to me, and you know, I was really happy about that, and I thought, yeah, sure, yeah, I'd love to have them, you know, and try and grow them. And I brought them home, and I put them in these little pots, and they were all together, kind of, and they grew a little larger, maybe into something that was about 3 to 4 inches tall. And they started to crowd the pot, so I thought, man, I got to get them into their own little pots, or at least double them up. So this is what I did, and they've been growing ever since. So they've been growing in these here, probably, like in these pots here, probably for about 2 years now, doubled up. So pretty soon they're going to need their own pots. But you can see now that they've, you know, they've really grown. All the cuttings I could make out of this if I wanted to. It's just, yeah, it's incredible. So I have 2 here that I'm going to be working on. And I don't think I've made a video of these here for quite some time. So anyways, we're going to be doing a little bit of pruning on them. Nothing heavy duty. I want them to grow. I mean, you know, I want to develop them. I want to develop a trunk at some point, you know. And the root system, I'm going to be repotting these. Probably next spring I'll repot them again. But for now, we're not going to really do a whole lot with them. They're growing vertically. They'll fit under the lights, the height that they're at right now. So we're not going to be doing a whole lot. What we will do is we'll be bringing these branches away back from the point that they're at now. There we go. And this one here that's kind of growing off on an angle here, I'm just going to continue to let it grow that way for now. We're just going to bring the branches away back. And we're not going to do a whole lot more than that. We're just going to leave that. We're going to leave it grow. We're going to bring this one back in a little bit, and maybe that one at the back here too. There we go. And that's it for that one. So we're not really we're not going to do any more than that. Now we'll work on the next couple here. I don't know how they both started to grow like that, but they did. It's not like I had any pressure on them to grow horizontal like that, but however, that's the way they want to grow. We'll just leave them grow like that for now. All we're going to do is, once again, we're going to take these branches away back. We're not going to do a whole lot other than that because, I mean, well, we're growing them, so, you know. Same thing, next spring, we're going to look at pruning them back further, and then we'll repot them. So this here, we're going to really take this, we're going to take this away back here too. There we go. Okay, I'll just clean up around here. Okay, well, we're all cleaned up. We prune them back as far as I want to prune them right now. I got some little cuttings here, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and put them in the soil here and just see if we can't start some. That's basically the way I started these. Okay, and we'll go give these a water, and we'll be taking these downstairs and growing them some more. Well, the next one we're going to work on is I got a Jade Pre-bonsai here. I've got a couple of them that we're going to work on, and these are cuttings from my Jade bonsai. These cuttings are about 2 years old. Actually, they'd be getting closer to 3 years old now already. So, and what I do is, like I did, I think back in the winter time, I prune this back. So we're just going to prune this back again. This is a new branch this year. I think about 2 years ago, I did do a trunk chop here, and I got this branch here, and then I got this one here also. This one was the first one that went up, and then I cut it back, and then I got all this newer growth on top of it. And this one's a new one this year, so we'll keep it. We'll just bring it back a little bit. And this other stuff that's growing here, it's well, it's kind of more known as watch chain or Cressula muscosa. So I got some of this at a nursery one time in a pot, and it almost all died back. Oh, a few years ago I left it outside a little bit too long in the fall. Lesson learned. Anyways, all I had was a few tops, and I mean, just like these here, just a few of these tops. I thought, well, I'm going to bring them in, I'll put them in a pot, and I'll stick them in it, and if they survive, that would be great. If not, well, you know, what do I do, eh? Well, they survived all right. So I've got these here, and plus I have another little wee pot that I have more of these growing in it. So this is the original ones a couple years ago that I put them in. Didn't think they would survive at all, and here they are today. So that, you know, that's a pretty large plant. So I'm growing them because I just want to see out of curiosity, you know, how big I can, you know, maybe grow a trunk on one of these. Just how big and how long do these live? So I haven't done a lot of research on them myself. I really don't know how long they live. But anyways, I just thought it would be neat. So here's one here that's standing up more vertically. So it's, you know, it's almost tree-like. It's pretty cool. But they're really firmly in the pot. They got a lot of roots. I probably should have their own pots for them by now. Here's one of the trunks that's running across the top of the ground here. And it's very, very hard and woody. Like you can see here, I'm pushing on that with the tweezers, and there's really not much flex to it at all. Actually, the tweezers are flexing more than what that trunk is. So you can see here, it gets a lot thicker down here at the base. I mean, there's another little root that's coming off of the top of here and going in like an aerial root. But other than that, the trunk's gotten thicker down here, and it's quite hard. So it's going to be interesting growing these. And sometimes, you know, they'll break off and fall out, and I stuck a couple in the pot here, I don't know, back last spring or so, and they've really taken root. So, you know, you can start cuttings from these very easily. And what we are going to do is just simply prune back our jade. And that's pretty much it. We're going to cut that one right off, actually. And that's it for that one. So yeah, it's kind of a neat little planting. Yeah, so these are really interesting. So we're just going to continue to grow these and just see how big I can really grow them. What we might do is just to take some weight off of the top here. Although it seems quite sturdy, we're just going to take some weight off the top. So we're just going to come in here and just like this. We can also bring these ones a fair ways back. Yeah, so these are, well, I guess they're considered a succulent. We'll bring these back a little bit. There we go. I mean, all these, you see all these cuttings here. If I was to plant all those, just about all of them will take, and I would have all new plants. So that's just how easy these take. Yeah, very, very quickly too. Well, that's it for that one. Maybe in the future, as you know, I don't know, maybe I should put them in their own pot and we could just try pruning them with some bonsai techniques and see if we could develop something with one of these. That would be kind of cool. Anyways, for now, we'll just keep them trimmed back and we'll just grow them, and yeah, just really interesting plants. Well, here's the next one, and it's gotten quite wild actually, as you can see. This one's kind of cool, you know, we got a little side branch starting here. We'll take it back to here. You can see at one point here I did a major trunk chop at the top here, down inside, but it's already almost healed over. So, you know, these this cutting here is probably about 4 years old. I'd say it's about 4 years old now. Not much of a cutting anymore. And we'll just take the top off of that. We have a lot of branches growing out in one place here. Let's just take that right off. We'll take this off. And we'll maybe have this as our new leader here. Actually, that's a fairly large branch, so we're just going to take that right off. There we go. We'll grow it like that. This one here, we're going to bring this side branch away back. this little guy come up. We'll just keep growing him, but we'll take that off. We're just going to take that off. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take this off, this top off, and we'll continue our trunk up here. Get some bit more taper in it. Something like that. We'll leave that go like that. You know, same thing, you know, with some of these jade cuttings here. If we just dry these up, leave them sit out on the bench for a week or two. I mean, you could even leave these sit out for almost a month, even a month, and you would probably be able to plant these. Sometimes they'll even start growing roots on the ends themselves, just being out on a dry bench. They'll even start putting roots out as they search for water. So then you could plant them, and you know, I'd say just even in 2 weeks you could plant them and you're going to have some nice cuttings. So jades take fairly easily. I find myself they start better with older growth. Maybe it's just me, like this one here. This is a little bit older growth. So something like that would start easier than something with newer growth. But something like that's not bad. It's going from like a, you know, from that lighter green, newer growth down to a little bit of a darker green to almost brown. Something like that would start pretty good. That's only just from my own experience. Okay, well, as you guys can see, I have a lot of jade cuttings here. I guess they're not really cuttings anymore, they're just very young jade plants. So these ones here also came from my jade bonsai, which we will be getting to very soon here. So I've got a lot of cuttings from my original jade bonsai. It's just amazing, actually. That's why I've stopped propagating any cuttings from my jade, because I've just got so many now. So what we're gonna do is, you know, we're gonna keep this short here. Basically, I'm gonna take all these jade cuttings and I'm just gonna be pruning them away back. That's basically what I'm doing here. Same with this here. So I'm gonna keep this, like here, for example. Well, let's just look at this one. You know, this one here, I'm going to bring this one back to about here. That one down to there. And we can keep this one a little bit taller. Bring that back down to there. And then this lower branch, well, we'll keep this much shorter. Well, something like that. Yeah, so this one, you know, this one's kind of more miniature tree-like. So basically, you know, with this one here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to really take things back. Same with these. This one, I would like to put this one into a small pot. Yeah, it's really tippy. I still have it in this little pudding cup. And I've had it in there for quite a long time. Probably about 3 years now. I probably should repot this. I mean, it is majorly top heavy, obviously. It can't even stand up itself anymore. So I'd like to put that in a miniature pot. Wow, even this one can't stand up. It's really really leaning back and it's top heavy. So this is why that also needs pruning. So if I just lean that on there, what we can do is just bring this away back. Like that. And actually, you know what? I'm just going to take that right off of there. So then we're just left with this. And we've actually got a new little side branch that's coming on here too. So that's pretty neat. So I'm going to try and keep this one very small, and we'll see what happens. We'll watch this little side branch come out. What we can do is take off this older leaf. What we're going to do very soon here is we're going to get this into another pot, into good bonsai soil too. That is in bonsai soil, but it's in the fines. So it's actually stuff that I sifted out a while ago. And if you use the fines, I mean, it's okay if you're starting stuff like cuttings and things, maybe some seeds, but you don't want to keep them in there for too long. Well, that's it for our jade cuttings and our small trees. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.